Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Matt Horn
is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
This key opens doors to parallel universes.
I woke up this morning and I was thinking, what if there are other Suzettes?
Let's do it. Let's try it.
I mean, should I call Mom and Dad? I mean, it's kind of a big decision to leave everything, right?
Just get your magic key out and show me the universe. Universes.
Hey, Matt, it's Sara Antonio from Another Version of You. You may remember. If you're not doing anything this weekend, I was thinking you might want to rent the film or just, go ahead and buy it. It is a perfect date night movie, and it's super, super cool. So come check it out.
On the line, we have Sara Antonio talking to us from... Where are you talking to us from, Sara?
I am talking to you from Nashville, Tennessee, in Los Estados Unidos.
Who in the what now?
In the United States. Just being silly.
Oh dear, Nashville, Tennessee. I've not been.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's kind of become sort of like an international destination now. We've gotten ourselves like the Music City, moniker. But it's just a cool city to live in. There's a lot of creative people here. It's kind of inspiring. I love being based here in Nashville.
Well, do you think that somewhere in the universe there is another version of me talking to another version of you?
Oh, I would like that. There's something sort of exciting thinking about another version of each of us that, if we had made a couple different choices, things might have gone a little bit different. But then you can sort of get yourself down a rabbit hole of that, too. Like, what if I hadn't done this? And what if I had done this? And regrets and all that good stuff. So maybe.
I'm going to shock you, Sara. I shocked Motke the other day.
Motke, our director.
I absolutely loved it.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
I did. I really thought it was an ingenious idea.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's different,
I even more so went a bit further and I said, I can actually give you a tagline for it. I said, I would describe it as a bit like It's a Wonderful Life meets an indie About Time.
Oh, I like that. And About Time is one of Motke's favorite movies, too, so you may have mentioned that. Oh, I really like that. Yeah. They're making, great big Avengers-type, big blockbuster films. And then a lot of the smaller films can be kind of heavy. And for me, I don't know, I think that's kind of what this film hits, this really sweet spot of what I want as a film viewer, of something that's like creative and thoughtful and intimate and really light and effervescent too. Like, I think it's a fun watch. It's a fun watch.
I think one of the things that me and Motke actually touched upon was the fact that the film focuses more on the personal side. It's not the environmental.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't get bogged down in like the logistics of jumping universes, the science of it. Yeah, it's more about what that means. So we've got Diggsy, the hero of the story, who's in love with my character Suzette, and I don't love him back. I've known him his whole life. We've known each other forever, and we love each other very much, but I don't love him romantically. And so on the day of my wedding to someone else, he's heartbroken, and he's given this key from a mysterious stranger who's played by Eddie George, who's a retired Titans football player turned actor who's very talented. He's given this mysterious key that allows him to travel to alternate universes where he might be able to find another version of me who loves him back. And so each place that Diggsy shows up, he meets a different version of Suzette that's a little bit different, a little bit the same. Some are really different. Some are pretty close to his original Suzette. And he kind of gets to pursue that maybe this could work out. Maybe he can give it another go with another version of Suzette. And being able to play those different characters was sort of a dream scenario. And I think that my takeaway when I watched the film as a viewer and then in reading the script is that we can't rely on other people to kind of fulfill us. It's about finding like the satisfaction in yourself and finding your own enoughness and not aiming to have that fulfilled by somebody else.
I think one of the interesting things, certainly in the film, there's two things actually. One is the idea that if you go through the door and then shut it, it wipes basically the ability to come back. That was the first thing. And the second thing is that obviously I can't give away too much about your character, but there is a certain alternate universe LGBT kind of hint.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. We wanted to, create a lot of different versions. So one of the characters is bisexual, the others are heterosexual, and it's not like that's a huge emphasis of the plot, which I think is important too, is just sort of having these representations where it's not the entire story is based on that. So that was fun to play.
I obviously touched on it with Motkey. One of the things that obviously, having seen it as a first viewing, at the end there's a wonderful in memory of shot, obviously referring to Brittany. Yeah. What was it like working with her?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for bringing up Brittany Bellin. She is one of my favorite actors in the world. I think what hurts about this whole process is that people watching this film are going to see her performance and want more. And unfortunately, she passed away. Yeah, she passed away. God, we miss her terribly. She lost a battle with mental health. For me personally, I talk about mental health pretty openly now, and just use that as a talking point, knowing that this incredible human is no longer with us, but that we have the opportunity to sort of shed light on that going forward. She was one of the most present actors I've ever worked with, really great at improv, and I came into this project a little less comfortable with like actual improv work and being free and staying in the moment, and oh my God, where's the script? I need dialogue. I need script. And she was so free with that. She has a really strong background in improv and sketch comedy, and she wrote a lot of her own sketches too. And you just see that come through, I think, in her performance. Her comedic timing is impeccable. And then also, I think this role was new for her, that she got to really explore more dramatic work. She has some really beautiful scenes where she bursts into tears, and it's really raw and real and authentic. And I've had a hard time watching some of it knowing that she's no longer here. It's a little painful for me, but I'm excited for everyone else to see her performance. She's truly a beautiful ball of light and energy, and I miss her a lot.
Are there any sort of anecdotes you can share about the production of the film?
It was such a fun film to make. So we filmed in Iceland, in France. We filmed in the south of France, in Ez, and a couple of spots around Cannes. And we filmed in Nashville, Tennessee. So when you watch the film, you'll see that. I mean, these epic, beautiful shots. That was just so much fun, was traveling through all these places. That's how we met, really. Brittany lived in Los Angeles, and Chris Wente and I both lived in Nashville, Tennessee. And so we met through filming abroad. We started the filming process 2015 in Iceland, and we'd done some Skype rehearsals and that type of thing, but really meeting for the first time on this trip, working closely with someone for that time period, traveling in a funky van around Iceland and popping out and shooting things and staying together and eating at these great places and just traveling with someone and getting to know them. I am so thankful for this film and thankful for that process in giving me that opportunity to get to know Brittany the way that I did and get to see her soul and her heart. And then also getting to know, I've known Chris Wente for 7 years, I want to say, and we've worked on other projects together, but seeing someone in their element and working with them closely over that like tightened period of time, and then being able to bring that back to Nashville to finish filming. It's a filming process that probably could never be replicated again, but it really created this just like intimate bond the three of us had, especially, that I think has benefited the film and benefited the storytelling process.
Well, I did ask Motkey a interesting question. Is there a possibility, perhaps, we don't know, of another version of You too?
Ooh, what did he say?
He's tangling with the idea of a TV series, I hear.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, would you reprise the role?
Oh, happily. Again, this for me was just, Oh, it was so much fun. You know, playing these different versions of Suzette. I tried to be really thoughtful in how I went about it. I looked into how actors who have played the idea of kind of multiple versions of the same character have gone about it in the past. I looked at Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black. I'm not sure if you've watched that show before. She is so great, and she plays clones, so kind of a similar idea. And I looked at a lot of the techniques that she used. She was really clear about how she designated them, because a lot of times she was filming these characters in the same day and jumping back and forth. And she used sort of color assignments. She used music to really ground herself in the different characters. And so I looked into a lot of what she did, and it was just so fun to do. And then finding ways to make sure, yes, I'm differentiating them from each other, but then what is like the essence of the character? I used scent. I used some perfume that kind of like really wrapped me into like the core of Suzette, of who she was as this sort of sparkly, interesting, compelling, someone that could compel you to leave your whole life behind and go on a epic hero's journey. So I used perfume to kind of ground myself in that. So yes, I would love to do this again. It was so fun. I just loved it. It was a blast. My favorite character, I don't know if you have a favorite character. What was your favorite Suzette?
Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. I'm a guy, so it's obviously going to be the bartender version.
Oh, yeah, okay. I love that one. And those tats were so cool. I got to put on these really elaborate, beautiful, like, fake tattoos that looked pretty legit, and it really made me contemplate it as someone who has no tattoos. My favorite is the one that we sort of dubbed Crazy Suzette, the one with the wig.
Oh, yeah.
She's really different, and that was just so fun to dive into. My goal in working on it was just to make Chris Wente super uncomfortable in our scenes, and I think I succeeded in that. So I loved that. She's almost from like another planet. All the other ones kind of feel like, well, pretty close. She's a lot out there, but that's generally been a lot of people's favorite, and that's always been mine.
Well, I mean, the other thing, I suppose, with Suzette, Mocky mentioned the fact that between you and CJ's character almost remains the same in any universe that he goes to. But obviously Suzette's changes every time. And I suppose that's another way that the film tries to sort of be universally kind of targeted, if that makes sense. I mean, like, obviously, because I'm a guy, I'm naturally going to go for the bartender one. But then I suppose if you're a family person, you go with the one where Chris is with the baby, for example.
There's something sort of for everyone in there. Yeah. The idea has always just been about, the butterfly effect of, like, little choices and how little things have big impact and changing lives, changing who we are. But then I'd love that CJ's character, again, is like, in every world, she doesn't change. So maybe that's just someone who's really confident and secure in themselves, that no matter what life would throw at them, they'd end up the same person anyway. I don't know. But
we do have to say one thing. Does Chris not look good in a waistcoat and yellow trousers?
I know! He looks so good. He's very dapper.
I looked at it and I thought, I've got to have that.
Yeah, we called that his, like, super suit. But yeah, and Chris Wente, I could talk about him forever too. He's a really present actor as well, and just so fun to piggyback off of. He and I have worked together, we met on a commercial set, I want to say like 2012 or 2013 maybe, and just hit it off and started kind of working professionally and piggybacking on different projects. We worked on a Carrie Underwood video together, in which we're the parents, the husband and wife team in there, and it's just been a trip. We've worked on a couple other films together. You see why directors and actors work together over and over and over again, because you sort of get like a shorthand with them, and I think that's what Maki and I and Chris have all found too, is when you work with someone, you kind of get to know their language, and you can make magic together.
Let's talk a bit about you, Sarah. You yourself.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Right, yes.
What made you want to get into acting in the first place?
My mother is an actress. She's a stage actress. And so I grew up, going to theater, watching actors, reading scripts, and that type of thing. But I didn't really consider it as a life for myself until I got older. I had one of those quarter life crisis might be type thing, or just a realization that this was something that I was supposed to be doing. I'd already gone down the route of working in public relations, communications at an agency setting, and liking the work, and then just feeling this like really existential nudge, there was something else I was supposed to be doing. And so I went back to school and studied acting, worked with some really great coaches, acting coaches, and then sort of just dove in head on, ripped the Band-Aid off, quit my day job. And I've been working pretty consistently ever since then. I don't know if you're familiar, but Atlanta, Georgia is a really big production base. They're filming more film there now than the state of California, I want to say. So being based here in the southeast United States, it's actually been a really big benefit. I'm able to work, be kind of camped out here and work throughout the whole region, which has been really, really nice. But yeah, it was a crazy leap of faith that I took, and I've been rewarded and really happy that I did. I feel like I'm living the truth that I'm supposed to be doing and helping tell stories that I want to tell.
Well, obviously you've been in a number of different projects. I think we can say it. I'm looking at your IMDb now. Which actors and actresses have been your favourites to work with and why? I think I know exactly who you're going to say. And who would you like to work with in the future?
Oh, see, I don't know if you will know who I'm going to say. I worked on a film with Louis Gossett Jr., who is amazing. He is truly, truly incredible. He's an Oscar-winning actor. He won for An Officer and a Gentleman. And I spent about a month working on set with him in Augusta, Georgia, tiny little town of Augusta, Georgia. So not much to do there, but plenty of time to sit and listen and just be a little sponge for truly an actor who's had a career, an incredible career, and had so many learnings to share. And so I remember being on set one day, the thing that actors do, oh, hey, Lou, can you just kind of, tell us like the meaning of life in terms of acting? What do we need to know? What are the takeaways? He gave me some of the best advice I've ever had, and it served me well. I didn't even realize at the time how well it would serve me, but the idea that as actors, and, you could apply this to other filmmakers too, but as actors, we only have control over the work that we put into it. We have no control over the outcome. And so coming into a project and giving everything that you have, creating the character, building it, really making the story compelling, squeezing everything of your heart and your guts into the film, giving it all, leaving it all on the table. But then, and this was the important part, when production is over, packing yourself up, pack your heart up and take it with you. Do not leave your heart with a project, because you need to be able to put that into the next project. And you'll be devastated later on then if it doesn't get the accolades you anticipated it to get, or it doesn't get distribution, or if it bombs. All these things. He said, as a younger actor, he'd be disappointed when something didn't go the way he had hoped it would. But then kind of having that insight of like, no, the only thing that I can do is do the work, create the character, and leave, and don't think about it. So that has served me so well, because there's so many projects that you think, oh, this is going to be the thing, and then it maybe never sees the light of day. Or an audition, you think, oh gosh, well, I just crushed that audition, and then it doesn't come through. So I've stayed really focused on creating the character, giving everything, and squeezing myself out, and then packing myself up and taking myself with me on to the next project. Best advice I've ever gotten.
Any people you'd like to work with in the future?
Oh, gosh. Dream? I've got a big crush on Bradley Cooper. I mean, yeah, he's amazing. After seeing A Star is Born, I think I'm just smitten kitten. He's so good.
Just thinking you and Chris could do a version of that, couldn't you?
Oh, I would love that. That would be so fun.
Are there any roles that you would like to do?
Any roles that I would like to do? I'm finding my own place and realizing that for me, comedy, snarky comedy, has just been a sweet spot. My agents and I have been talking about trying to focus more on those types of projects. The person that, if you meet me and you see my acting, 100% this is who I get as my celebrity doppelganger is Jennifer Aniston. So that type of like Jennifer Aniston, quirky, snarky comedy to me is just a sweet spot that I am hoping to really commit to more of into 2020.
I can sort of see the likeness. So, obviously, I'm going to give you a 1 minute plug to plug another version of you. The first thing I've got to sort of say, because naturally you're going to be plugging what's coming up, I've just seen a film called The Reason. And I was thinking, this looks fantastic, you know, based on a book. And obviously, this is in post-production now. And I look at the cast list, and naturally, really good cast. Keep scrolling down, and Chris Wente's in it.
Yes. Isn't that funny? I know. I call him my work wife. We just keep working together over and over again. All the universes just keep bringing us back together again. Could be worse. No, he's awesome.
Oh, do you think you've set in motion with the key some sort of
butterfly effect ramifications? I can only hope that we'll be in our 80s, sitting in a rocking chair, working on our next project together. That'll be my goal.
Well, obviously, as I said, I'm going to give you a 1 minute plug to obviously plug another version of you. And anything else you've got coming up?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. Go rent or buy another version of you. You can get it on all the streaming platforms. Check it out on iTunes, etc. And get ready to smile. For me, I think it's a really sweet, fun story. And it's a little bit funny. It's a little bit sad. And the cinematography is so freaking beautiful. Micah Sims is a genius. And our characters are adorable. And I think you'll love it. So go check it out.
And obviously, The Reason's coming out, I presume, later on this year.
Yep, so that's coming out in the future too. And then on to the next, right, as they say.
What's The Reason about?
Yeah, it's a faith-based film. So it's very different from another version of you. But again, that was the project I got to work on Louis Gossett Jr. with. And it's a bit of a heartbreak story. It's about a mom and her son who is diagnosed with cancer, and sort of the process of going through that. It sort of asks questions about faith and belief systems and all that good stuff.
Well, obviously I left this bit until last. You'll laugh, trust me, Sara, you'll laugh. One of the scenes in another version of you, which I thought was the most funniest thing I'd ever seen, it's when Chris does strip karaoke.
Yes!
Which I'm told was all improv.
Oh, I know. I love that. I wish I had been on set that day. And they built this giant tower of snack cakes. That's one of my favorite scenes in the film. I think it's so funny.
Why does Suzette not get any sort of karaoke?
I know! I had a job to do. I didn't get to build snack cakes and do strip karaoke. But, one of my favorite lines, I won't give it away. Again, this film was such a great experiment for me in terms of really being hyper-present. The crazy Suzette character, as I won't give it away too much, but as Chris is leaving the scene, the line, "Have fun at the beach," we improv right then and there, and Chris and I kind of like spitballed on that. So he's just a fun person to collaborate with, and kind of creating dialogue on the fly.
As a final note, actually, I didn't notice, but then I had to sort of watch back certain scenes. I thought, yeah, actually, Mocky was right. It's the fact you've got a rabbit brooch.
Yes! Cicely, our wardrobe stylist, wanted to kind of put a little Easter egg in there for folks who were paying attention, that there was, again, like in the same way that I chose a perfume that traveled through all the different Suzettes, she wanted just a little piece of wardrobe that traveled through all the Suzettes. And so it's there in every one. You can't always see it in every Suzette, but it's there on her wardrobe, which I think is really cool. And as an actor, I love that type of thing, knowing it for yourself and having it there to kind of tie you back to the character. It's really cool.
On that note, Sara, it's come to the end of the interview.
This was so fun.
I know. I've got Chris coming up now.
Oh, awesome. Well, tell him I love him, and you guys have a great chat.
Wonderful. Thanks very much for your time, Sara.
Thank you. Talk to you later.